You were told you had to choose. Build wealth, sacrifice your peace, or protect your happiness and accept you'll never really make it. Most people choose a side, quietly, without even realizing it. Here's what nobody told you. The most successful, genuinely happy people alive never made that choice. Because it was never a real one. Think about the two archetypes you grew up watching. The first one works 80-hour weeks, drives the right car, lives in the right zip code, and can't remember the last time he felt genuinely okay. Not performing okay, actually okay. He's hit every milestone, and the finish line keeps moving, and somewhere along the way he stopped asking why. The second one talks about energy and presence and protecting their peace, and they mean it, they really do. But there's a quiet anxiety underneath it all. Late at night, they wonder if choosing happiness over ambition was really a choice, or just a story they got comfortable telling. You've seen both. Maybe you've been both. And here's the thing nobody says out loud. Both of them got it wrong. The miserable, wealthy person made one mistake. They optimized entirely for the outcome and forgot to build a life inside the process. The happy but financially stuck person made the mirror image mistake. They optimized for comfort and dressed it up as wisdom. Neither one is the answer, and the research is unambiguous about what is. In 2023, psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Matthew Killingsworth published research that settled a debate running for 2 decades. For years, the anticipated wisdom was that happiness stops rising with income at around $75,000 a year. Past that point, more money doesn't move the needle. That turned out to be incomplete. The 2023 findings showed happiness continues to rise with income, with no ceiling, but only for people who already have a healthy emotional baseline. For people who are already unhappy, more money produces marginal comfort at best. And then, numbness. What does that mean? It means money isn't the variable. You are. The same dollar amount will transform one person's life and leave another feeling exactly as hollow as before, because money amplifies the signal that's already there. If the signal is empty, more money just turns up the volume on the emptiness. This is not an argument against building wealth. It's an argument for building yourself first and understanding that done right, the two processes are the same process. By the time John D. Rockefeller was 53, he controlled roughly 90% of all oil refined in the United States. The most powerful businessman alive, and he looked like a corpse. His doctors described him as gaunt, hollow-eyed, unable to keep food down. He'd lost most of his hair, consumed by anxiety so severe he hadn't slept through a full night in years. The man who owned an empire couldn't enjoy a meal. He was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he was dying. His physicians gave him a verdict with nothing medical in it. Change how you live, or this ends badly. So Rockefeller changed, not away from wealth, toward meaning. Systematic philanthropy, nature walks, deliberate rest, purpose that extended beyond accumulation. He lived to 97. The wealth didn't kill him. The complete absence of anything beyond it nearly did. That was 1906. The architecture of that mistake hasn't changed. So what do the people who actually get both right do differently? Not the ones performing success online, the ones genuinely building, financially, personally, relationally, at the same time. 4 habits, each one grounded in research, and none of them work for wealth or happiness independently. They work for both, simultaneously. Psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan spent decades studying what actually drives human motivation. Their conclusion: we have three non-negotiable psychological needs. Autonomy, ownership over what you do. Competence, the feeling of genuine growth. And relatedness, the sense that your work connects to something beyond yourself. When your work satisfies all three, motivation stops being something you manufacture. It becomes something you can't turn off. And work you can't turn off compounds faster than work you force yourself to show up for. The miserable wealthy person optimized for income. The happily wealthy person optimized for mastery of something that matters, and the income followed. What would you choose to work on if the outcome was already guaranteed? Whatever just came to mind, start moving toward it. Not in one leap, in the next decision. 85 years of data. That's what it took Harvard researchers to find the single greatest predictor of health, happiness, and cognitive sharpness in later life. Not net worth, not career achievement, not fitness. Robert Waldinger, who currently directs the study, said it in one sentence: good relationships keep us happier and healthier, period. But here's what gets buried in that finding. The men who were happiest at 50 were also the most financially stable and physically healthy at 80. Relationships don't just feel good, they make you more capable, more resilient, more creative, at every single thing that matters for building a life. The person with no one to call when everything falls apart isn't just lonely. They're operating at a fraction of their actual capacity. Treat your relationships with the same intentionality you'd give a high-yield investment, because that's exactly what they are. In 1972, Walter Mischel ran a simple experiment with children at Stanford. A marshmallow, a promise, wait 15 minutes, get 2. The children who waited didn't just get an extra marshmallow. Decades of follow-up research showed that they went on to earn more, maintain stronger relationships, report better health, and experience significantly lower rates of anxiety. One skill, multiple compounding returns across an entire life. The same discipline that makes you invest when you'd rather spend makes you show up for the people you love when you'd rather disappear into work. The same patience that keeps you off your phone at midnight keeps you from making a reactive financial decision at noon. You are not building wealth habits and happiness habits separately. You are building one thing, a self that does hard things with integrity, consistently. That self accrues everything. Here's the uncomfortable truth about getting everything you want. Your brain will normalize it within months, without asking your permission. Researchers documented this in 1971. They called it hedonic adaptation. Lottery winners returned to their emotional baseline within a year. People who suffered life-altering injuries, near baseline as well. The brain treats every new normal as just normal. Which means, without deliberate interruption, more money eventually produces more numbness. Not more happiness, more numbness. The wealthy people who stay genuinely happy aren't lucky. They have practices, gratitude, experience seeking, service, presence that continually force the brain to register what it already has. A 2022 study in Nature Human Behavior found that spending money on experiences rather than material goods produced significantly higher sustained well-being. Not because experiences are inherently better, because they're harder to adapt to. You want to build a rich life that still feels rich a decade from now? Designed for wonder, not just accumulation. Naval Ravikant didn't stumble into being both wealthy and content. He engineered it. He meditates daily, reads philosophy as seriously as he reads investment thesis, treats his mental state as a primary strategic variable, not a reward for after the work is done. He once said, "The most important skill for getting rich is becoming a person who can make calm, rational decisions under pressure." That's not a financial strategy. That's a happiness strategy. And it produces both. Here's what I need you to hear before you close this. Not a checklist, not a framework to screenshot. A different understanding of who you are in this. You were handed a false choice, wealth or happiness, ambition or peace, by people who either never questioned it or quietly gave up on one of the two. Here's what the data says. Here's what 85 years of human lives say. Here's what Rockefeller's near death and Naval's engineered contentment and every genuinely thriving person you've ever admired says. The discipline that builds your wealth is the same discipline that makes you someone worth knowing. The relationships that make you feel alive are the same relationships that carry your ideas, your opportunities, and your resilience through every season that tries to break you. The inner work, the gratitude, the presence, the refusal to numb yourself into productivity. This is not a retreat from ambition. This is what keeps ambition from eating you alive. Rockefeller learned this at 53, with his body already failing. You don't have to wait that long. The question was never wealth or happiness. It was always, what kind of person do you have to become to deserve both? Start becoming that person. Not after the next milestone, not when things calm down. Now.